Hello, all. Welcome on into your tarot spread for the week ahead. This is for the week of December 15th, 2025. We are fast approaching the end of the year. And I know not everybody is, but I'm a very big believer in end of the year rituals, if you will. I'm a big believer in evaluating what we've been through in the year, celebrating what worked, maybe taking note of what didn't work, or maybe what didn't work out the way we wanted it to, and charting our personal growth, if you will. I think if we take the time to reflect, if we take the time to look back, if we take the time to see how we navigated all of the things that life threw at us, and celebrate the successes, and like I said, sort of evaluate, why things didn't work out, or taking note of what didn't work out, because honestly, sometimes things don't work out because there's something better. And I mean that not necessarily in a wooey kind of like, oh, just wait, the universe will take care of you, although I believe it will. But there is sort of a, if it didn't work out, there's probably a reason. A lot of times we will try and try and try, and we're like, I really want this, and it doesn't happen for us. And it turns out it's because it's not really what we wanted. It's what we thought we wanted at the time, or it's something we were told we wanted, or it was something we felt we should want, and it just doesn't work out. So there's a lot of that happening at the end of the year. But I also believe, I believe in habits, I believe in goals, I believe in setting goals and working toward concrete things, as a matter of self-development, self-improvement, and that sort of thing. I personally have, I'm not sure I've mentioned it, but I personally have a yoga and meditation streak that's been going on for over 7.5 years. I think today is day 2692 for my yoga and meditation streak. So I'm a big believer in setting habits and working toward habits and goals, as a means of, I guess you could say, self-improvement, or self-betterment. And I think it's healthy for us to have things we work toward. And this week I am using the Star Spinner Tarot by the artist Trungles, who is a comic artist, I believe, for their primary medium. And I love this deck. I've been feeling lately, both in my personal readings and reading for others, I've been feeling like using my colorful decks. I have a lot of decks that have a lot of color to them, non-traditional imagery. Last week we used a deck similar to that, non-traditional imagery, a lot of color. And so I've been feeling that. Maybe it's the holiday season. But I've been feeling more colorful decks lately. So we've got that. Let me see if I can change my light there so we can see that card a little better. There we go. Yeah. So I hope everybody is, if you celebrate this time of year, I hope everyone is maneuvering through their holiday seasons as effortlessly and stress-free as possible. I want that for all of us. I have had a busy 4 or 5 days of holiday revelry, so I'm showing up a little imperfect this morning. Spoiler alert, I am in my pajamas and my robe as I'm recording this, but I wanted to make sure I had this out in a timely fashion for everyone. Yeah, so showing up imperfect, being kind to ourselves, being kind to others, being kind to ourselves. Very much in the spirit of this season. Look at a few more cards, then we'll talk about this. But yeah, I love this. I love this deck. The artist says in the book is inspired by a lot of traditional fairy tale imagery or fairy tale stories, and I like that. I like this deck a lot. It's one that I often return to in rotation. Let me see. I bought this deck at the Burbank Airport on the way back from a film festival at one point. Sometimes where we get the decks or who gives us the decks can be significant or important, or at the very least, spark memories. Okay. There we go. There's our other one. Thank you, cards. So our card of the week, or our theme of the week, is the Knight of Pentacles, or in this deck it's called Coins. Same thing. Same thing. Sometimes different decks have different names for the suits. Same thing. So we have the Knight of Coins, or Knight of Pentacles. And Knight of Pentacles tells us that whatever journey we're in right now, whatever we're about to begin, whatever journey we're already currently on, take our time with it. Take our time with it. There's still learning that's happening. There's still things we don't know. We're starting, but it's a slow pace. There is no need to rush whatever this is. There's no need to rush this path. There's no need to rush this journey. There's no need to, really, there's no need to rush. There's no need to push it. It is happening. You're taking the steps. You have what you need. It's a continual process of learning and growth. But any equipment you might need, any skills, any knowledge, you either already have it or you have the capacity to acquire it easily. Just know it's not a quick one. This is not a quick path we're trotting. It is sort of a trotting, trotting with a D, TRODD, as opposed to trotting with a T, which is a little quicker pace, for those of you who have equestrian experience. But really, we are going to get there. I love that sort of the coin in his hand and the way he's looking at it, and the flowers here. It's almost like a stopping to smell the flowers, stopping to really see and examine and focus on the goal. And I love that there's this like sort of almost beautiful nature imagery here. This looks like a sun shining. So you're in a good place. It might not be happening as quickly as you want it to, but you're in a good place. You're in a place where the sun is shining, where it's comfortable, and know that you have everything. Eyes on the prize. You're going to get there. That's our energy this week. Which, to be fair, hey, if you've had a busy holiday season so far, things going a little slowly for you might not be a bad thing. And for Monday, which is today, hey, we have the Ace of Cups, or One of Cups here. And this is really, again, I think this has come up for us before. Has it? Maybe? But Ace of Cups is really about forming new connections, or maybe new dimensions in the relationships and connections that you have. And it's a really beautiful card. It's a really beautiful card about perhaps taking the chance, perhaps taking, if when she takes a sip from the cup, you're sort of taking a chance, you're sort of taking a risk, if you will, because love is a risk. We don't know what's going to happen, but we have support, we have guidance, and it's really about embracing these beautiful new connections in your life and feeling that love, and sort of taking the risk or taking the chance to see where they go. And that is our Ace of Cups for Monday. For Tuesday, we have Ten of Wands. And Ten of Wands is a card where we've built some beautiful stuff. We've channeled our passion, our creativity, our enthusiasm into something that has grown really beautifully. Maybe even slightly out of control. Maybe it's bigger than we ever expected. And maybe we're a little tired. We've put in a lot of work. We've put in the work to grow this and to make this beautiful. We have all these stars shining. And yet we have to tend this garden, and we might feel a little small. We might feel that maybe we don't have it in us to tend this garden. And Ten of Wands says it's really okay to rest. It's really okay to rest in this. It's really okay to take the time it's really okay to take the time to rest. You've done the work. You can enjoy this work. Take the time to rest, and you don't have to consistently carry the load. But really, look at what you built. Yay, you. Stars shining, man. Good job. But rest. It's okay to rest. You don't have to carry it all the time. For Wednesday, we have Eight of Cups. And Eight of Cups is a card of moving on, of knowing what to let go of. I think that's a good card for the end of the year. Knowing what's not working, knowing when to say goodbye, to me is the word that always comes up to me initially with Eight of Cups. Is there? It's time to move on. It's time to move on from to let go. Again, in this card, we see this castle up here on the hill, and I love that it's nighttime, which is also sort of a sun setting, a twilight, a leaving, an ending. And even though this beautiful castle might have been hers or might have been where she lived, she's not there anymore. It was time for her to leave. So what you're leaving might not be a bad thing. There might be a little bit of regret. There might be a little bit of, is this the right decision? But whatever it is, it's time. It might be a hobby. It might be a lesson or a class or something you've been taking for a really long time that just no longer serves you. It might be a relationship, sadly. But whatever it is, you probably know it's time to move on. And I like that she's nude in the card or naked in the card, because that shows a vulnerability. It's not always comfortable to move on. It's not always comfortable to say goodbye. It takes a lot of vulnerability. It takes a lot of being seen and being willing to stand alone by ourselves, feeling maybe slightly unsafe, feeling maybe a little cold, maybe a little left out. But in the end, it's the right thing to do. So that's Eight of Cups for Wednesday. For Thursday, we have Nine of Cups. So, hey, this is a lot of cups. Oh, hey, a lot of cups so far, at least in the early part of the week. So cups, again, are a suit of water. They're a suit of emotions. They're a suit of relationships and connection. So we're doing a lot of that work this week, or early in the week. And here we have Nine of Cups, which is commonly called the Wish Come True card. So this is like, we've done the work, we've embraced this risk of new connection. We've done the work. We've channeled our passion and our creativity into this. We know what to let go of, because you can't carry it all, whatever it is, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a physical thing, you can't carry it all and invite new. So we have to let go of some things. We have to. And Nine of Cups tells us that whatever it is that we truly want, so whatever it is here we're working kind of slowly toward, it's going to be ours. We've got it. We have to get clear about it, though. You have to get clear. That's the thing, is you have to make sure it's what you truly want, what you're truly wishing for. It's that whole, be careful what you wish for, because sometimes we wish for things that don't end up working out, or that it isn't really what we wanted. It was something we thought we wanted in the moment, or something that just seemed like the easier route, or, something that someone else told us we wanted, or, anyway, make sure it's what you really want. But hey, if you do the work, if you do the preparation, if you do the work, if you take the journey, you let go of things that aren't serving you, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Whatever this wish is, it's going to come true. And I love the balance of everything on this card. I love the balance of, the brighter flowers toward the bottom. She's grounded in this joy and this happiness. Then we have the night up here. So there's this intuitive mystery, and just really, this card is magical for me, and I love it. And wishes coming true. That is Thursday. And Friday, we have another really lovely positive coin. Excuse me. Little bit of a rough throat this morning. I apologize. We have the 10 of coins, or 10 of pentacles. And so we have two 10s here in this. And 10s are kind of the culmination of a shorter journey in life. So a shorter term of life, shorter project, shorter thing we might have been going through. And the 10 of Pentacles says we've done the work. And 10 of Wands tells us it might not have always been easy to do the work. Might have felt like we were holding on to a lot. We might be very tired. 10 of Pentacles says it's time to enjoy. It's time to enjoy that success you built. It's time to enjoy everything you've put your effort into. And you're probably feeling really good about that right now. You're probably feeling like you've achieved a lot. And again, maybe a good time on Friday to take the time to think about what you have achieved over the year. Think about what you've built. And I love that he has a dog on the card because to me, success and feeling happy. I have 2 dogs and they are lovely. And I appreciate every time they are quiet while I am recording these readings. But their dogs are just love and they're so grounded and so just wonderful little companions. So I love that he has a dog on this card. But no, take the time to really appreciate. Ten of Pentacles also does have a little bit of a vibe of thinking about your legacy, sort of what you're leaving to other people or what you're building in the world. And I think, again, at a time when a lot of us, regardless of how we celebrate, are celebrating with family, are connecting with family, and often have multiple generations around us, just to think about like what we're putting out that people will remember. Maybe legacy is building memories, and think about the energy you bring to that and what you're giving to future generations. For Saturday, we have 6 of Swords. And 6 of Swords, I feel there's very much a caretaking element here. There's very much a needing some help, needing to be protected, needing some caretaking. And I get the impression that you might be caretaking for someone else this week. A lot of the times it's you that needs to just sit back and let the boat be rowed. But with this card, I feel like, you're almost there. You're going to get to the other side of this, but you're probably going to be the person that helps everybody else get there. So know that you might have to hold space for people this weekend. You might have to be the one that rows the boat. But you yourself are protected in the rowing of the boat. It might seem a little dark, but hey, we got a little bit of light here. Got a little bit of light. And just know that you're going to get there. But you might have to be the person that steps up this weekend is the vibe I'm getting here from that. That's 6 of Swords, by the way. And our card for Sunday is the Page of Coins. So we've got, which I think came up for us last week as well in a position. So we have the Knight of Coins or Pentacles, and we have the Page of Coins or Pentacles. And the Page of Coins, again, a really beautiful card. Again, looking at the coins, studying it, taking note of the eyes on the prize, really, is what I'm getting here. Know where you want to go. Know what that journey is. And you probably already know it because the Knight of Pentacles tells me you're already on that journey. Page of Pentacles says to check in, though, and know what you don't know. Are there different avenues for questioning? For is there a different way you could do this? Is there a way to make this journey more fun? Pages, to me, always have the energy of a little bit of playful exploration or imaginative exploration, asking why, and really, whatever it is, whatever this journey is there a way you could make it more fun, more playful? And again, checking with yourself and knowing what you don't know. Because even though the Knight is a higher level in this journey, we still have to think about there are things we don't know. There are things we can always learn, even though you have everything you need to get started. Oh, look, there's my robe and my pajamas. Even though you have everything you need to get started, there's still going to be things you don't know. So you still have to keep that inquisitive mind, that inquiring mind, if you will. And that's on Sunday, is to sort of take a time to check in with yourself. And that's our reading for the week of December 15th, 2025. Thank you all for joining me. Again, if you would like to book a year ahead tarot reading, please see my website. It is in the profile. If you think someone else would benefit from this reading, please share it. And as always, I appreciate liking, subscribing, comments, anything like that. Absolutely appreciate it. And until then, I will see you next week.